Welcome to Systems and Matrices. I just got done taking a TI-84 workshop over the ACT, and I think this is the reason that we are starting the entire pre-calc course with matrices. As you take the ACT the fall of your junior year, they will have some of these types of questions on your test, and we want you to be prepared. For example, number 60 in June of 2017 really needs you to understand how you can multiply matrices using rows and columns. And in April of 2016, I believe it was the fall, they had wanted students to set up an augmented matrix. So you need to know some vocabulary words and you need to know some rules about matrices before you take the ACT. To kick that off, we're going to start with systems in your book in ALEKS. This is the Miller textbook that's embedded in your ALEKS course. And we will start with 8.1, identifying solutions to systems. Now, I highly recommend that you take notes from the book along with the videos. So as you go through, this is your textbook. You can write down pictures, you can write down words that you think you are going to forget. The videos are right in here, so as you go through, you'll be clicking on these 2 to 5 minute videos and watching those. But some of the examples, like this one, it's not necessarily in the video, so feel free to take a look. But hopefully you look at something like this and you said, yes, that was in Algebra 2. I remember I did substitution, or I loved the elimination method, or maybe you loved the graphing method. You're going to see examples of that in this textbook as well. Like here's a graph. Something that a lot of students forget would be the different ways to categorize these solutions, like inconsistent, dependent. But as you work through the ALEKS assignments, you can click on hints or need help so that you can actually look at examples. I believe that the vocabulary would be more important maybe for your end of module test. So keep a notebook or write it in Kami, the vocabulary words and the examples that you want to remember. You will be uploading those and receiving a part of a grade for that. So make sure that they are for you, but then that you can upload those so the teacher can give you some feedback. So here's another video, and then you scroll through, and here's another video. They might not have all the videos listed, so feel free to skip over the ones that are not listed there, but you can still watch them. So this is your book, this is your section 8.1. You get to use it how you want. Here's an elimination method. They call it the addition method, so it's a connection from your past. But hopefully you'll see something like this, and then in the next chapter, chapter 9, we will learn matrices, and then you'll be able to take that same kind of system that you just saw, and we'll go back to number 8 again, and you will set that up as an augmented matrix, and you can get that in your graphing calculator. So there's going to be some graphing calculator things that you're going to learn that will help you do these like ACT questions faster. On the ACT, there are 60 math questions. It's about a minute a question. The beginning ones are much easier, like number 8, are much easier. And the ones at the end, like number 60, take about a minute and a half. You kind of want to save some time for the ones near the end, like 57 and 60. But yes, knowing our matrices is going to be very important. So let's skip over to that section. At the top of the screen, we have all of the book chapters. We are going to go in this order, starting with chapter 8 right now, and then the next one will be chapter 9. In this first semester, then, we are going to do functions next, including rationals, so we'll jump over here, and then do rationals and radicals, and end the semester with exponentials and logarithms. Try not to get behind, because the exponential and logarithm section is also very important for tests like the ACT. It does take a longer time. So let's look at matrices real fast, and then I'll let you get started. So the beginning of the section here, it does say that matrices are important in computers and with cybersecurity, which is a really big issue. My mom just got her identity stolen for her checking account. Not cool. If you are interested in computer science, then you will want to learn the skills needed for matrices so that you can carry that over to the programming aspect. In matrices, then again, we'll start here at the beginning, and this is where they link the systems into, there's that augmented matrix. Look at that. They link the system into the augmented, and they show many different ways to solve. So you will not have to do row reducing techniques, which are actually down here. It says use elementary row operations. Here is an example. You do not have to do that. You will not have to perform elementary row operations to get the answers. It's none of the Gaussian elimination or Gauss-Jordan elimination, no row echelon. This is still augmented matrices. These still are. And the idea is that when you get something that has the identity matrix, you will have the answers here in a column. So identifying that is good, but you don't have to, I mean, look at this example. We're not going to make you do all these kinds of row operations. Maybe one to see if you can multiply or add, but your calculator is an amazing tool to get some of this done, which brings me back to ACT. Example, I had talked about the augmented matrix and then showed you a page in your book. I'm hoping that you want to know the answer to this very quick question, number 8. You're just setting up an augmented matrix, which means you use the 3, 5, and the 20, the 2, the -1, and the 9, and the answer is G. When you look through all of these, they are all augmented matrices, but you do use exactly what you see, and the line separates the answers. That's where the equal signs go. So let's take a look at some of your homework. When you're in ALEKS, this is just your first assignment, which is due. Let's see if I can click on that and show you. Yes, so 8.1 here. It looks like it's due on the Monday 23rd. And there's only 5 questions. And so you get in here and there's multiple attempts. And this looks a lot like when we were in the book, they had some examples of inconsistent and dependent and different things. So again, please don't shy away from using your book. And there were those notes. All right, it's time to get started.